What up, everybody? Today, I think the video is going to be about no one's thinking about you. And you might be like, okay, wait, this sounds like, what does he mean by that? What I mean is that I think a lot of times people think, oh, everyone's thinking this about me, or they're thinking bad about me, or everyone's in on this thing I'm not in on. And the truth is, no one's thinking about you. Everybody's so caught up in their own world, and everybody's got their own complex set of problems and things that they're actually thinking about. I think 99% of the time you think people are thinking about you, they're not. Trust me. I think that's actually like a freeing thing to know, because a lot of times you can get caught up thinking, oh, people think this about me. Well, 99% of the time that is not true. And maybe sometimes people do, but when you think they are, they're probably not. They're probably thinking about everybody else thinking the same thing. So that's a pretty freeing thing to think about. I also think, just on that sort of subject, like, don't let people's opinions change what you do. If you have an instinctive, intuitive feeling of what you want to be doing, do it. The right people will support it, and the people that aren't meant to won't. And that's fine. I think that's a good thing. People get so caught up on everybody having to be on board with everything you do. And no one will ever have everybody be on board with everything they do. Literally, the greatest people in the world had people that didn't like them. So I think that should be freeing, because a lot of people are caught up on, oh, I need everyone to like this. And even I am too. Sometimes, with music, I'm like, oh, I got to make a song everybody likes. And that's not true. I got to make something that's true for me and feels real and authentic, but doesn't have to be made for other people. But through me just telling a story from my perspective that's true and honest, the byproduct of that is that it does connect with a lot of people, and it actually can relate and become a soundtrack to their life. For a painter, it might be painting something that's from a unique experience they've had, or an image that they saw, or maybe a photo they took, and they make the painting. And then somebody else says, wait, that actually looks like my backyard, or that looks like this time that I went here. And I think that's cool. I don't know how I got into talking about art, but I think it's cool when people draw from a personal place and then it relates at a bigger scale, just because some of the feelings and some of the qualities about whatever it is are universal. And yeah, I don't know what else I have planned for this video, but I think that's pretty much it. This one's a shorter one, but no one's thinking about you the way that you think they are. And that should be a freeing, positive thing. Maybe from the title you thought this was like a negative thing, but it's really not. And yeah, don't let the fear of what others will think stop you from doing what you want to be. A lot of times I think, if I don't go for it now, then I'll regret it later. And I don't want to live with regret. I'd rather live in the present. I mean, I don't want to live with regret later on in my life. I'd rather live with a little bit of healthy fear and chase what I want to do, even when some people don't get it. Maybe most people don't get it for a while, but I truly believe, like these plaques on my wall, like these songs, there was a big majority of people that loved them, and there was also a group of people that didn't like them. And that's cool. I think, like, Rick Rubin, who's a big music producer, a legend, said, great art divides people. If no one gets a reaction from it, then it doesn't really do much. But when somebody drops something that divides people, it starts a conversation. I think that's cool. But back to what I was saying, I would rather live with a little bit of fear and chase what I want to do and risk being hated on, risk being judged, risk being loved, instead of not doing the things that I know I want to do that are fun and exciting for me, and then have regret later on. I think it's worth it to give it a shot, give it the best shot you can. Like, I think the best people, the people that made history, people that invented things that we use all the time, the light bulb, a telephone, a computer, it started with a thought in their mind, and imagine if they had judged that thought because of fear of other people. I just think about that sometimes. We wouldn't have the things that we all consider to be essential because of fear. But they had a thought that they brought into reality. Anything you think, you can bring into reality. 100%. If you have an idea, that one idea that you've been thinking about, do it. Do it. Make at least a couple steps into making it happen. Write down what you need to write down. Focus on what you need to focus on. Connect with the people that know more about the thing that you're trying to do than you, and take notes. I also just believe that when you have faith instead of fear, I used to post this caption, faith over fear, all the time. When you have faith, things start to line up. And you don't have to be stressed over how everything's going to work out. Some things just that you don't understand how they line up, they do. And I've seen it so many times in my life. I know I'm only 21 years old, but I feel like I'm 47. What a random number. But no, for real. I've seen times in my life where things just line up because I have the faith that they will, and I don't have to figure out the details of why they will. I just trust my intuition. And some people might be like, well, what does that even mean? How do I tap into that? I would say for me, it's following my quote-unquote heart or my mind, the things that excite me and the things that I know to be true deep down and that I feel are part of who I am as a person. Kind of uncovering those things as I go and continuing to move forward no matter what. Like I truly think until the day I die, which hopefully is at 100 years old or 150, honestly. Maybe I'll be the oldest person to ever live. You never know. I truly believe I'm going to keep going. I'm obsessed with what I do. I love making music. I'm actually working on something super cool and new song dropping very soon. But I'm obsessed with what I do. I love connecting with people. I love going live, making videos, making people laugh, making music, acting. I think it's going to be a cool year, and I'm just going to bring you guys along for the ride, but I hope you guys are on the journey too. I want to bring you guys along, but I also want you to bring me along with your journey. So comment down below. Let me know what some of those dreams are that you want to do. And I'm going to check in with you guys. I hope we're achieving our dreams together. And with that, I think this video is going to be over. I love you so much.